Let's see, today let's talk about flat tires on motorcycles. I've had a couple. On the Versys, well, I bought a Stop and Go Internationals has a tire plugging kit. They have a bunch of different kits. And I got the one, there's a pump, it's called Cycle Pump. It costs about $100 for just the pump. But I tell you what, that thing, it's worth it. It airs your tires up in a few minutes. You're not jacking around the side of the road. But the first time I had to use the plugger kit, because I bought that thing in 2012 maybe, you know, 12 or 13. A buddy of mine, well, he's the oldest boy's best friend, one of his best friends. He got a ZXR 10 or whatever the hell it is, Kawasaki 10, little hot rod, and he had a flat rear tire and he plugged a tire with it, so it worked fine. And then I just put brand new Michelin's PR3s when they came out on my Kawasaki Versys. Went out with a buddy, we went out to Mulholland and the Snake and all that shit, and we're at the rock store, and I look and I'm like, what the hell, there's a freaking nail sticking out in my tire. So I'm like, well, hell, it wasn't leaking. So we took off, went to the Neptune's Net 8. The air was still up, so, you know, rode it easy home, plugged a tire at the house, and I think I rode on that plug for damn near 8,000 miles when I sold the bike, and that guy rode on that plug until, you know, he got new tires a couple thousand miles down the road. And the tires are still in good shape. He just wanted a different set of tires. So the other day, girlfriend taking her out to the shop that we got in Riverside. It's about a 60-mile drive from our house, and so she likes to go on the bike because I can lane split and get her there quicker. And then, you know, she's tired working all day and she gets tired driving home at nighttime, so I don't mind bringing her back. So I piddle around the shop, or I go goof off doing some shit. And so we're getting ready to leave. As soon as I go around a corner, the bike just freaking feels like it weighs a ton. It doesn't want to steer. You know, it's just like pushing a wheelbarrow full of, you know, concrete through the sand or some shit. And so I'm like, man, something doesn't feel right. I said maybe I got a front tire going low or something. So we went through this one light and into a parking lot and got out, hit the tire, it's fine. And she looks back to her, she goes, Joe, your back tire's flat. And I looked at it, I said, nah, it just looks that way. And I pushed it, and I really wasn't thinking, because the way it was handling, it just felt like something was wrong with the forks or the steering or something, just not feel right on the front end of the bike. So I wasn't concerned with the back end of it. And so I pushed on the tire, and yeah, my thumb went in a little bit. And I thought, nah, it's okay. You know, I wasn't really thinking. And so we hauled ass to Riverside and cruising 80, 90 most of the way there, 2 up. Get to the shop, parked the bike, and didn't even, you know, bother with it until it was time to go home. So yeah, close the shop up, everybody's already taken off, and I start trying to back the bike up, and I'm like, holy shit, this thing weighs a ton. And she goes, Joe, she goes, the back tire's flat. And I jumped off, and yeah, it was flat, and it was dark, couldn't see shit. I'd just taken my gauge out 2 days before because I had to run a bunch of errands and my top case was going to be full, so I took the gauge out. I always keep an air gauge, but I keep that tire plugger kit and compressor up under the seats on the FJR. And so I slapped a compressor on it, pumped it up, and I said, well, let's see if it's got a, you know, I thought maybe, because there's a couple of wrecks that we drove through that day, shit all over the roads, I thought maybe I either cut my tire or got a puncture. And so air it up, so it's taking air. I'm trying to feel, I'm listening for a leak, I'm trying to feel for a leak, I don't see shit. So I said, well, let me get a bottle of water. So opened the shop back up and got a bottle of water out, and came outside, poured water. It's a dark parking lot. There's a little bit of light, but it ain't shit you can tell. And I usually have a flashlight too, and I didn't have it in my damn top case. That's one of the other things that I took out. Big mistake. So, get home, just park it, take her to work in the car the next day. And so then after that, the following day, I go ahead and go outside and throw the bike up on the center stand, air the tire up real good, and I'm still looking for the leak. And in the daylight, I couldn't see anything. Didn't see a puncture, didn't see shit. So I got a spray bottle full of water, started spraying it, and went around the wheel a couple more times, and then I saw just a few little bubbles come out of this one little tiny spot. So I said, okay, you know, it's not a cut, so I can plug it. So I took the pliers and was fishing around for what was in there. It's just a little bitty piece of nail or sliver or metal or something. It wasn't big at all, no head on it or nothing. And it was in there kind of like sideways, but it was just a real slow leak. Because we were able that night to get home, I just went ahead and aired it up, and we hopped on the bike and rode to Corona. And I pulled over, checked the pressure, you know, by just kicking the bike, and it seemed okay. So we zipped on home, 60 miles home. I kept it under 70 miles an hour, and we cruised in fine. It started getting a little kind of wonky feeling when we got a couple blocks from the house. But other than that, no issues. You know, like I say, it didn't want to turn for shit. The handling just goes to shit with the back tire low on the FJR. And so get to the house, or get back on just the kit, I whip the kit out, you know, plug it, bam, holds air. So that's why I'm riding it today. I ordered new tires, which I was planning on ordering new tires last week anyway, because I figured up the mileage on those, and it's right at 9,700, and you know, it's just, or no, it's more than that. It's close to, shit, I had it figured out. It's just a little bit off 10,000 miles on that set of tires. The Michelin PR4 GTs. I got the GTs for the FJR because they have sturdier sidewalls, little stiffer ride, but like I say, they were two up, my fat ass on it. You know, they've been holding up really well, so I can't complain. So those will be in tomorrow. So I'll probably take it Thursday and get the new tires put on. But if you guys, well, okay, but again, there's a nail right there. That's one thing I always try to sweep where I'm going at corners and shit on streets, because at the end of our street there always seems to be freaking nails and shit. But well, back to the little story. Yeah, having that plug kit, you know, a lot of guys, they won't ride around on a plug tires. I will. You know, like I said, I put over 8,000 miles on one, never had a freaking issue with it. And like I say, I just now plugged this one the day before yesterday or so, and I'm out on it now running errands until my new tires get in. And but it's like I say, they have a website. It's called Stop and Go International, and you can get them on Amazon and shit like that, the kits. The one that has the pump, I have it now. They've got a kit, but they have that one under like the car section, because that one will pump up a car tire pretty quick. The military actually uses those pumps too. So, you know, like I say, it's $100 for the pump, but you get a kit, it's a lot cheaper than that. I bought the kit and then I bought the pump separately. But yeah, I'm glad I did. You know, it's better than being stranded out on the side of the road. And like, let's say it was 9 o'clock that night, which I could have called AAA, but you know, hell, sometimes you got to wait 3 hours for those assholes. I know guys, they've been stuck out in the freaking desert with no water, you know, waiting to get towed. And if you don't have AAA or something like that, it costs you $300-400 or more just to get your bike towed. So, you know, they have the kits, like the sports bike guys. They said, well, I don't have room for a compressor. Well, you can get the ones with the little CO2 cartridges, which I don't really care for those, but they'll get your ass home in a pinch, so it's whatever works for you. I think you like 2 of those cartridges give you like half a tire worth of air. But, you know, like I say, you might not ever use it, but if you do, you'll be damn glad it's worth a whole lot more than $100 and something bucks, I'll tell you that. But just a little plug-in kit, I think the cheapest one's like $34 or something. Real simple to use. I mean, you can plug a tire just in a few minutes. It's so damn easy. And then go on about your ride. You know, you don't have to kill the whole day just because somebody got a flat tire. That's why I got jumper cables hooked up on my bike. They're power-lit jumper cables. It's already hooked up to the battery. It's got a connection up here under the fairing. And then it's got another cable just clicks on with an alligator clips on it, and you can just clip on their battery, fire them up and haul ass. I've had to use that a few times. And once it saved my ass because I was on my Versys and left my fog lights on. I drained my freaking battery, so a guy I was riding with, we just, you know, he pulled out his little, he had some cables, hooked them up, zipped right on. So, you know, shit like that comes in handy. It can definitely keep you from having a real bad day. But some guys just don't even think about that. You know, I might just jump up and haul ass to South Carolina or Missouri to go see my family. You know, I'll wake up with wild hair and just take off. So I like to know that I can do that shit if I want to.